Welcome to Ask OBF. In this segment, I'm going to take some time each week to answer any questions you may have related to health, fitness, lifestyle, and hopefully they will help you achieve your goals. The question I have this week is in regard to kettlebell training, and it is, why is the kettlebell banging my arm when I perform a kettlebell clean? Now you must remember, as with any new exercise, there's a learning curve to acquiring the skills to complete the exercise proficiently. The kettlebell clean is no differently. So at the start, when you're learning the exercise at first, there is going to be an element of the kettlebell banging your forearm. But as you get more proficient with the movement, this should subside and the exercise should seem an awful lot more fluid. In my experience, the three most common reasons for the kettlebell to bang your arm are as follows. Number one, once people start to finish the inertia phase of the kettlebell clean, they continue to swing the bell out in front, and once they swing the bell out in front, the bell turns and flips them in the forearm. We must remember that the kettlebell clean is a vertical pull, therefore we must pull the bell vertically and insert the hand. The second reason that I see commonly done is that people death grip the kettlebell and they hold the bell too tight, and therefore the bell flips over onto the forearm. And the third reason that I see that happening quite a bit is that people allow the bottom of the kettlebell to become higher than the handle. Therefore what happens is, when the bottom of the bell is higher, the bell turns, flips and hits the forearm. I'm going to demonstrate these three reasons practically with a kettlebell now. Alright, so the three common mistakes that I spoke about on the board, I'm just going to go through them in some detail now. First of all, we must remember that the kettlebell clean is a vertical pulling action as opposed to a pendulum action when we're swinging the bell. So therefore, first mistake I see many people make is, once the hips come into extension at the end of this inertia phase of the clean, they continue to allow the bell travel outwards instead of pulling up this vertical path. Therefore, once they come out and try to insert the hand, the bell flips over and hits the forearm. So if you can differentiate between the correct and incorrect way, the incorrect way is to come out and then try and insert. Because what's going to happen each time is the bell is going to flip and hit your forearm. The more efficient way is to create this vertical path for you to pull through. So once you're in this position, you're pulling up and inserting. You're deflecting, pulling up and inserting, and therefore we're not getting as much emphasis of that kettlebell falling onto the forearm and hurting your arm. The second common mistake that I see is that people take a death grip on the bell. So if they really grip the bell very tight and they come up, even if they do pull through this vertical path, the bell isn't sliding through the pan, therefore it's rotating and hitting every time. What we want to do is start with a hook grip across our fingers, and then when we insert our hand, we want to take this deep hand position within the handle. So we start from here and then insert the hand deep into the handle of the bell. We want to have minimal space here. We want to have a 45-degree angle, and we want to have our wrist in a neutral position. And then when we deflect the bell on the drop, we want to hook back into the fingers and pull again. Therefore, we're allowing the kettlebell to pass over this part of the hand and avoiding the common problem we get with calluses. And the third common error that we see with the kettlebell clean is that the bottom of the bell comes higher than the handle. And if the bottom of the bell comes higher than the handle, therefore every time that you try to insert the hand, the bell is going to flip over and bounce off your forearm. So essentially we don't ever want to come to this point, because it's always going to turn and bounce off our forearm. From this angle, if the bottom of the bell comes higher than the handle, it turns and hits us. So we want to have inserted the hand before that bottom of the bell becomes too high, So if you can try and eradicate those 3 problems or those 3 areas, you will avoid the banging, and I will share some drills to try and accommodate that in future videos.